But it's also a nice response to the co-op. It does alleviate a lot of what the hero can do in terms of like staying on top of the bat in fights and whatnot. And I'm sure they have a plan behind the carry pick. Like we could see a lot of carries being picked with the Somni Knight. So we could see, if we want really fast tempo, we could see an Alchemist. We could see a Luna that we've seen earlier, like the similar to Raven. They just want to play for a quick Roche timing. But SMG, they go for the Abaddon troll as a response.
Troll. All right, okay. They want to play up to the pace. I think this, if CDR is playing the carry and mid one is shifted into the offlane again, he might even opt to pick this Undying potentially, at least flexing it a bit towards the last phase with some bans might be targeted by Hokori in a bit of a mixed manner. Seeing, is this Undying going to be paired with the Troll, where they would have a lot of slows and dropping them soft for the Abaddon. They could, sorry, for the Troll. They could also put the Abaddon as a support. They could play it as an offlane, which I would personally like to see if this Abaddon was actually a 3 in the team for SMG.
A 3-position Abaddon. That would be quite the rarity, but it could make sense against the Husker in lane. But still, I would say most likely to be a 5. Just support the Troll from the back line. What I like about SMG's Troll pick on like here with the double pick is that Troll answers a lot of heroes you want to pair up generally with the Omni Knight. So this kind of like pick of Abaddon Troll makes it really awkward for Corey to pick. And even though they took the Husker out pretty fast, I wouldn't even necessarily say this is like the greatest Husker game. I think if the Troll gets his own, perhaps he could go Battle Fury or the Maelstrom Aghanims build. He can fight his own against the Huskar.
Yeah. He definitely can. Looking at the previous time Hokori played this draft with Husker, it was against Neon. It was I could almost say a pretty stompy game because their offlane Death Prophet on Vitaly was out of his mind. 7-1 and 6 ended the game with 19,000 hero damage in 26 minutes. That was just nuts. But also Theoliker playing on the roaming Tusk did a big impact in that game for how it went, because the Husker wasn't enjoying his laning stage at all. He got killed 3 times in the lane, if I remember correct. He had 5 deaths total, but still could time that 20-minute Aghanims for the taunt for his life break. That can be pretty useful on catching the co-op out of position. Abaddon won't be able to save you. The Troll can also end up in out of position with it if they have the lasso to combine it with. So kind of replacing the lack of stuns with a core able to taunt as well, which is kind of handy for Hokori.
Yeah, and I mean the Hokori are banning. We'll probably ban some Husker counters now, but I'm actually interested what SMG's idea for the offlane is. Will they put the Undying offlane maybe? You mentioned the Abaddon offlane. As unlikely as it seems, I wouldn't want to call it out too early. I think SMG still have a lot of flexibility on what they want to do, but they will have to decide now.
Mid one has played 4 different heroes in the offlane. Of those, I look, 3 of them should be banned. Actually, yeah, 3 of them banned because the Enigma also comes in from Hokori. That leaves Lycan. Do you like the Lycan Troll?
5 seconds.
It is definitely a combo if we're talking about the Wolf Bite, but I think he might struggle a bit too much in lane. This doesn't seem like the easiest lane to play around it.
Okay, all right.
They will go for the Magnus, so what that tells me is that they're just playing all in for the Troll. I mean, this is a great Troll game, and he's got the Abaddon safe for the lasso, so they've made their intentions clear. They want to play around the Troll.
Yep.
10 seconds to pick.
I think that would mean most likely the Undying is a 4.
5 seconds.
But I guess it could really be Abaddon 4 as well.
It could. You have a bit of flex in this draft, and also looking at what Hokori wants the last pick, they have the full reserve time, so they have time to think about this last pick if they want to set things up a little bit differently in terms of the laning stage. For Hokori, though, is Vitaly going to bring the Batrider? And they're looking for Analog's pick into mid. One hero I do spy him playing is the Pudge. But Pudge, Bat, Husker seems a bit out of place. So
They get
I'll
the
have to go
Razor.
for the Razor. Yeah, Razor's good against the Troll.
Very safe pick, very good against the Troll, and you're countering the main problem from SMG.
Hmm.
So I think that's a very great pick actually. Because it will mean that if this Eraser has enough net worth, he can sustain the troll and kind of stay on him. Then I think a lot of the heroes on SMG will feel kind of pointless. You know, I think the Abaddon, Troll, and Magnus, that trio, all center around the Troll having good games. So if the Razor is able to counter him, that will make the game really hard for SMG to play. But I think what SMG have going for them is the tempo. They have mid lane matchup. I think it's which is pretty fair, pretty fine for them. The co-op against the Huskar, and then the Troll I think is one of the better heroes against the Batrider offlane. So if SMG can come out of the lanes really quick, swinging, go for the fast tempo, then I favor them. But draft-wise, overall, I think Hokori have the easier one to execute.
Yeah. So CDR will pick up the safe lane troll, mid one Magnus. If I remember correct, mid one has had some good past games in the off lane with the Magnus hero. I mean, in general, mid one has been a very efficient offlaner up till now. I think his most memorable one so far from what we saw yesterday, especially, and probably from some of the scrims that they've been playing, the Marcy and the Enigma. This is also why Hokori doesn't want that Enigma to slide through. Let them pick it because he did have... That made me a very happy camper. He was top net worth on Enigma as the game ended. I was like, that is the stuff you want to see. Magnus probably not going to be as high necessarily on net worth, but he could opt to bring out some extra physical damage if he wants to build himself a little bit differently, you know, maybe an Echo Saber, bring up some extra mana regen for him, still bash some pretty heavy hits in while RPing their opponents and allow the troll to finish off the rest. And look at CDR's quick buy. Face boots into Axe.
Yeah, he's going for it. This was the approach. I mean, it's even better now with the Magnus. You don't really even need to go for the battle here in the first place.
No need for it. SMG just want to keep up a good pace for them. Shockwave slow will connect Paulison on the chase here with Tusk. Nice shards from Theoliker. The star player for Hokori, without a doubt. Knows exactly how these little quirks on this hero work out. So that will prevent the first blood from happening. That does mean that Paulson will get a D ward on the Tusk ward on top of that cliff. And Hokori, it looks like it's going to be quad bounties for them. 160 gold secured per player. It's going to be a pretty solid start for them economy-wise. Hokori in almost every game has at least had 3 bounty runes. So making it again another 4. Looks like their aggression does end up working in for their favor. Analog versus Moon in the mid lane. Analog opts to start with the inner fire. Does help him out with the last hitting potential. Maybe poke the co-op a little bit. Doesn't really get a lot of benefit from his passive if he's basically just not taking any hits from Moon. He would like to have his own trading ability of his own.
Interesting lane swap as well in the bottom. They decided to opt to put the Razor against the CDR Troll instead of the Batrider. I think that's probably a good swap for everyone involved. I think the Bat will be happy with that one, and the Razor should be fine either way.
I think Razor's happy with this. CDR's gonna stick to this lane, not gonna make any lane swap of their own to respond SMGs. Well, they are actually diving under the tower. The shards are going to be there, but there's also 5 stacks of Napalm. Afu, mid one, goes in for the skewer, pushes them both under the tower, and Theoliker drops before Afu does, and Vitaly about to fall to mid one. Now the turnaround with 7 Napalm stacks, but these zombies are also doing a lot of work against the bat. Shockwave is also now ready. Mid one chasing the bat. Might be able to find a connection here. Lumiere does get killed off by Paulison in the bottom lane as this chase is still ongoing here. Gets the connection now. Theoliker is going to be here already, so Magnus can't follow in through all the way. But finding a kill on the bot lane from the Razor, that is Lumiere carry. taking his first dent. So that will be quite successful for SMG. Not just the first blood, but also a secondary. All to the enemy carry. CS is going nicely in Hokori's favor in the top lane. Nevertheless, they got a couple snatched by the Tusk and Vitaly. Firefly will be popped. Just needs to keep a distance from mid one. Pushed under the tower. It's going to be both of them, but the snowball will allow them to dodge at least a couple tower hits, so they share it up. But Theoliker dropping low. Afu, 16 decay stacks. He's going to be completely fine with what's happening here. Theoliker has Afu right next to him, so that tombstone is a threat. Vitaly does get hit by the decay. Afu's doing such a good job right now, just keeping them away.
Yeah, this Undying Force proving to be kind of too much for the Bat even to deal with. You'd think Bat in the double melee lane would be thriving just fine, but just the threat of being so low and the magic nukes from mid one, it just seems like he can't really do much right now, at least at this stage. He's also severely lacking in the creeps department because of all of this action that's been happening here.
Batrider also picking up an early Windlace with that previous brawling going on. To get his boots up as well, and now again the dive is happening. Tombstone is placed down by Afu. The Theoliker doesn't even get the chance to hit the Tombstone. They're going to fully focus on taking the Undying down before. Probably was thinking that they might want to focus the Tombstone first, but that is not the case. Taking down the Undying before anything else and leaving Vitaly to take the last hit, so that's a lot of money going for him. 176 for the kill plus 125 from the Tombstone. That means Vitaly has his boots ready. And Quap's getting destroyed in mid.
Yeah, most interesting in the mid lane. I thought this Quap matchup against Huskar would go much better, but
Analog doing a fantastic job here. 10 to 23. Doubling the CS of Moon. And squeezes in his 10th and now his 11th deny. Quap is getting deprived of experience and the economy. Lumiere does have the link on CDR, sups away a bit of damage, but Paulison ready for a turnaround here. And you're going to fully commit onto Gardic. Gardic takes down to 120 damage, or 120 HP even. He has a Fairy Fire, but the root from CDR, there's the pop, and a couple axes, flying axes, one more to go, and Gardic down. A good, lucky root there in the tree line pays off for CDR to finish off his first kill. And they're making a turnaround by Paulison showing up. And again, the root at the same spot as well. The magical spot. That's another one for SMG.
quite impressive from SMG in these side lanes. I thought like they got kind of the wrong stick of the side lanes, but they're proving that their laning stage is pretty good. And they're getting so much out of these side lanes, way more than I would expect. Even though the net worth might not reflect it right now, I thought both the side lanes should be quite crushing for Hokori.
Pretty much, yeah. And now that Abaddon's basically done his job here, just denies himself to the tier 2 tower. He's going to come back with full mana, full HP. He's bought out all of his items. Spurrier is on his way to the lane. Moon just get hit by a life break here in the mid lane by Analog. He is forced away from the lane. So by the time we had 23 to 10 in the CS department, it's now 29 and 14 denies, plus the squab not only getting more than 6 last hits, now a kill going for Analog, and the life break on Paulison. Moon is here, he's level 5. They are looking to kill Analog. Maybe he's overextended. Yes, he has. Paulison for the kill. Theoliker gonna get hit by the shockwave as well as mid one TP'd in. Empower for some extra right clicks for the Quap, and they're gonna get himself a second.
Yep,
Bit overly aggressive.
Huge overextension by the Huskar, and that's kind of the comeback route for the Quap. I think he got the last hit on at least one of those kills. Yeah, he got the last hit on the Tusk.
Very important. Plus, participating in the assist of the Huskar kill, who is already back in. Early poke coming in, but Paulison 3 points in shield. Actually, Paulison is level 5 on this Abaddon. He's really well leveled up on this guy. That's a huge advantage for the Abaddon. Most of these games I'm used to seeing Abaddon being level 2 or level 3 because they just need to leave all the farm for their carry and the lane's never really good against the Razor. This is completely different. Like, you got a level 6 troll, happy to dominate the lane, and Hokori. They want to bring the extra firepower with the Tusk rotating to the bot lane. But diving under the tower is going to be difficult. However, Magnus is low. Mid one can't rotate in for this. Does have his 1 point still looming in the air. Could go for the RP if an opportunity arises, but can't really TP in with 300 HP. So they're going to let this one live for now. Action rune. There's a DD on the bottom half of the map. We should be going for analog. But the Oliver's going to take it because they don't know if the Quap's going to jump in. So is that DD enough for the dive? Well, the CDR is pretty deep in the lane. They have not scouted out this move from the Tusk, taking a long wrap around. Paulison will find him, though. Good positioning. That does foil the attempt.
Oh, but look, Vitaly is also here. They've bought 4 heroes to this lane.
They've got drums. That's quite a lot of heroes. It needs to work for Hokori. This is time being spent on a rotation. That's just not gonna happen. CDR Paulison hiding behind because this ward right here. They're even pinging it now that you guys, you've probably been spotted. They're not showing. Lumiere going for the dive. Finds CDR. It's level 6 with no battle trance up right now. Shards are going to be there. Moon's also rotated in with Afu with the tombstone, and Hokori are on the disengage. Cannot fight this. They cannot dive it all that way.
Yeah, it just feels so hard to make this move because you've got this Abaddon. He's just waiting for the bat to press lasso. So the bat, in turn, he just has to stay patient and he can't lasso the target either. Resulting in no direct stuns being applied, and then the tombstone comes out and Hokori like, alright guys, it's time. Armlet finished on the Oscar though.
It's going to ramp up in power. Troll has also removed the axe from this quick buy for now. Falcon Blade.
Bot lane, lasso on Afu.
Enough though. Sonic Wave on Vitaly. Paulison's also here. Moon just doesn't have the mana to continue going. He's still got that one fairy fire in his inventory, and Afu's just feeding him with mangoes. Take that, my friend.
In the mid lane. CDR and
mid one actually killed him in mid. Okay, and CDR's about to burn. Okay. So they got both the Magnus and the Troll. They do lose analog for it, but not sure if that is... Well, okay, they got 2 cores for 1 core. I guess that's still good for Hokori.
Yeah, I mean, that was an impressive play from from Tuskar there. He sharded the Troll when the Magnus RP'd the Huskar, and he just separated him. He couldn't attack for such a long time. So quite a heads-up play there to really secure, to make sure that RP doesn't just cleanly kill the Huskar and they both die for it.
Yeah.
But now this is where the interesting part of the game comes up. How aggressive will Hokori bring this game? Will they bring the Fnatic type pressure to this one?
All right, this is gonna come out completely out of the woods, but you want to hear a really bad dad joke?
Do it.
Why are Hokori playing a pirate draft?
I don't know why.
Because they have 2 R's in the team.
Oh god. He said it.
I'll take the blame for it. I guess we could just, you know, stick with the seriousness of the game. Hokori, they have a 3k net worth lead, so now it's actually showing an economy. These towers falling, and map control, and map presence, actually, more to say. Like we said, Hokori needs to keep up that early game aggression like they have, and this is exactly what they're doing. Taking the map away from SMG. And there is a blink from Moon into Vitaly. He's trying to make the maximum out of it. The lasso's gonna maybe kill the Quap. Yes, it will. Vitaly with one more right click to finish it off. Solo kill on the SMG mid player.
That's very huge for Vitaly. That's full Boots of Daring completed. 12 minutes in. That was really unexpected as well because his lane started off so weird. He
Now they're
got
targeting
dove on
mid one.
level 2. Oh, bottom lane. Right.
Mid one is inside the tree line, and the Hokori will find him. Now it's just down to mid one to make the play. RP into the skewer. Can't really teleport out, so he's still gonna end up going down nevertheless. I don't think he would have had a choice to RP into skewer, teleport out. That probably would have still taken him down. So that's a team fight ulti down.
Feels pretty bad because he's very close to his dagger. I'm sure he would have liked to utilize the RP differently.
Oh yeah, he is at 2k gold. That is true. He was very close to it. Probably got pushed back by losing some of that unreliable gold.
At the very least, for SMG, they are finally starting to hit this top tower, open up the map a little bit for the Stroll to farm.
Yep.
All eyes on the Stroll for this game. He will be the reason SMG win or lose.
At least he's able to dispel. Get rid of all those napalm stacks for sure, and also it does remove the burning spear stacks, right?
I think burning spears are undispellable.
I think they're also undispellable. Like that's kind of like it cannot be dispelled, right?
Yeah.
That's what I also thought. But at least napalm you can get rid of. But Vitaly,
He can
Party
dispel
Firefly,
this one.
he is gonna die for him. Drum charge is used for the extra movement speed, but is the movement speed enough? It looks like it is. No root from CDR. Bottom lane, mid one targeted again. He does have his blink dagger this time. TPing out, and the burst damage, and he's burning in the base, but it's not going to be enough. Mid one gets to live. And he's got his blink.
Yep, RP in 20. Maybe they can try and utilize the big ultis, the Sonic Wave, the RP, try and go for a pick off.
Could be a time now that he's all the way back at base. They will not know where the Magnus is going to be showing up next, so Hokori are going to have to scout out as much information as they can. Good wards, though. You see this deep ward placed down in the mid lane, not exactly in the crossroads, but on the side of it. And then you have another deep ward placed down here that SMG don't know about.
Looks like the game plan for both teams is gonna be much different though. Like SMG just want to stall out, they want to get kills with their ultis and
Here we go.
just back down.
Blink
And
heartbeat on Analog, perfect target for it as well. Here we go, mid one with the skewer, pushing Husker away. Gardic tries to keep him up and running. And here we go, he's got both of them. Sonic Wave will connect as well on both of these heroes. Gardic the drop has the second one, RP success.
And that's exactly what you want to find if you're SMG. Getting those 2 value kills, use your spells, and now they're just gonna try and secure some map, push lanes, not exactly look to fight.
CDR has been farming all this time, so he's now 800 gold short from Aghanims. I believe there's also another. Oh, they found the Tusk too. Gank squad, nope, finds just 2, but finds 3 kills.
Yeah, the Empowered undying with ulti running. It's pretty scary. That's actually a funny interaction because he gets a lot of DK stacks and Empower is based on your base damage. So he will actually, of all the heroes, he does pack a punch right now. But looks like Hokori with RP being down, Sonic being down, they just go to the road pit.
Should be able to do it too. Mid one might interrupt it at some quick blink skewer play. But they would like to get the Troll in here. Troll doesn't have his axe yet. He wants to farm it. He wants to finish it. But he is joining the fray. With Empower. He does have a lot of right click. And they do interrupt Roche just enough to reset it for Hokori to go back into their jungle. But there's a halberd in 100 gold as well for Analog. And there's the BKB from Razor. So this is the smoke up play from Hokori. Needs to work out. Afu in the front. Smoke pops on Vitaly. Goes for the tumbler. Toy Flame Break comes out as well. Wants to find a target for the lasso. Looking for the cores here. Moon's going to be on the side. They've got 2 trapped inside. They've got Analog. Very low on HP. There's the lasso coming in. The Guardian Nails is going to be holding him alive. There's a Snowball coming in as well. Post getting a lot of heals on himself as his ulti will pop, but they've already lost 2. Now looking for the Batrider kill. Analog will be able to snatch him up, and Gardic denies Vitaly. Moon will not get the kill from Hokori, so technically 3-0 buyback coming in as well. There is a Magnus with his RP, but is he gonna get there in time? Does he want the buyback just for this Roche that's about to fall? Troll with the Aghanim's is gonna be in front. Moon will take a kill, and CDR is falling, but not enough. He's gonna live, and Afu is causing trouble with Moon. The Oliker to drop. Lumiere dropping very low as well. He did never use his BKB, and still on the run. Maybe he can still make a turnaround from Moon, and here we go. He's got the link with the BKB up and running. Tries to keep the distance while doing some damage, but CDR will finish off guarding, and now with the TP, Lumiere is able to get back home, and Hokori end up losing almost everything in the team. Despite one deny, they've lost 4 on their team, and Vitaly, he just respawned, wants to buy some time to keep SMG away. He might just die here as he's being hunted by SMG. CDR in the pit to finish off Roshan, and Hokori might just have to give it away for the Moon. He's going to be tanking with the Aphotic Shield, very low on HP, so is CDR. They're going to watch for the stomp. Ooh, Abaddon ulti does pop, and Mid1 looking for the RP, finds Analog. Analog's going to be caught by Hokori. They're coming in shambles right now. A snowball onto Afu will buy them some time. Does get the chance to take him down with a Walrus Punch, finishing him off. And now Mid1, Lumiere coming in from the side. Aegis will pop as well. Might have taken Roach, but might be losing more heroes. Mid1 on the run as well to the high ground. Lumiere's going to be chasing him down. He is dead, denied by the neutrals. And now CDR, his Aegis spent, his ulti gone, him dead as well, and finding for Hokori this time. Very back and forth. Roche
What a
or
crazy
SMG,
fight.
but man, what a fight.
Yeah, that one just extended to like 3 minutes. I mean, good patience on the first fight from Moon to hold the
Patience
Sonic
from
Wave.
Moon.
Patience from Moon, yeah, unironically. He got the Sonic Wave on the blow up on Husker, but then Hokori just strike back when they respawn, and who is the real victor of this fight, actually?
Tough to say. Something tells me it's a pretty even trade. Lumiere never died this fight, so he gets to keep his life intact. What's also a big importance for this this fight that they had. Husker got 1 piece towards his BKB. Bat almost has Blink Dagger. Tusk has Blink Dagger money up. And on SMG's side, Quop, did he just finish something? He's got the Kaya. Troll got a piece towards BKB. Undying didn't make that much progress towards the Vlads, but that's almost ready as well. And then the mech for Max. So I guess everybody won? Can you say that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say that the game got delayed, so SMG is probably still a little bit happier with the trade, because the Aegis did not go to Hokori, so they can't really capitalize
Yeah.
on getting any objectives from it. But I probably wouldn't put the Razor down to not
Oh, they're
care
targeting him right now. Mid-1, Horn Toss. Will grab Lumiere. He's already down to half HP and just not going to use his BKB at all. He knows he's too far from his teammates to live. That is a good kill. Now they finally killed him.
Yeah.
Afu onto Gardic. Mid-1 is here. There's the teleport cancel with the skewer from Mid-1, and Afu is going to help Mid-1 with this one, and Moon to get the kill. Double for the Quap. Lumiere and then Gardic. Corey just not quite ready for this constant SMG aggression, and now they're going bottom. Mid-1 already on the hunt. Doesn't connect the shockwave on Analog. Quap is here. Afu is here. His flesh golem's about to run out.
Hey, the one thing we haven't spoken about is Mid-1 with this Magnus. Ever since he got this blink, I feel like he's had great positioning to catch out these solo targets, whether it's Analog or Lumiere.
Yep.
Or even Vitaly. Like, he's in position, he's ready, and even though their lineup seems very unassuming, like you've got Undying, position 4, and Abaddon 5, heroes that don't generally tend to deal damage. When everything is paired up, they have just enough with the co-op to burst any of these targets down.
Yep.
I think eyes will be on whether Hokori strike first with their BKBs or if CDR gets his. Because right now what I see is Analog, he wants to finish up the BKBs 1k away, and I think unless the troll is ready with his own, he will not be able to respond strong enough to counter their timing. So all eyes on the BKBs right now for both teams.
They have the mechanism now up on the Magnus as well, going to provide them some extra sustainability. And for the Guardian Greaves as well later on. With that basic Dispel.
Bottom lane,
Smoke
smoke up.
Gank is going to end up finding Gardic. So rather him than Analog. Husker is happy that his support is giving his life away. That is a 100 gold smoke for a 250 gold kill. It does go for Moon though.
Oh, and the
Again, a
bottom
step
lane,
closer.
Afu just gets caught anyway.
Also, 4 for 4. Okay. And a Tombstone.
That's Analog's BKB.
That's BKB, yeah. Do they have smokes on Hokori? They have one in stock.
There is one
And
on
they're holding
Tusk.
one on Tusk, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like they're pinging it. They did use it. They want to find this troll. He's 100 gold away from BKB. Perfect time to go on it.
They found CDR. Vitaly, blink on cooldown for 3 seconds. Needs to get a bit closer. Shards are going to be blocking their team instead of catching CDR. Movement speed, too much. Too much to deal with. And the lasso is going to be catching Moon. The Olicor's going to be here with a Walrus Punch. Snowball to follow, and it's just enough.
Impressive move from Hokori. They were really fast on the mid lane catch. I think Moon wasn't expecting them to be mid so quickly.
Yeah.
But Vitaly just ran straight to the lane. He was ready.
They were in the jungle with 3, but I guess they only saw one hero chasing CDR, so I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to walk out, and then just a moment after you see the Quap go into mid and instantly surprised, but is Hokori going to get surprised this time? Because SMG is smoking up Theolicor. He's standing on the choke point. Vitaly on the other. And they see Vitaly with Firefly in the tree line. Gardic is at a safety distance. Analog is here as well with that fresh BKB. Do they have the damage to blow him up before he pops BKB? Is RP and Sonic Wave and the nukes enough?
I think they might just run out because the Guardian Angel, there's still no counter to it. So I think as long as the Omni Knight isn't the one caught inside of the RP, I think Analog should be quite safe. But we'll have to see. If there's a skewer into an RP on both Gardic and Analog, things could swing the other way.
Radiant have fortified their towers.
They're gonna move out for the time being, and it's just gonna be the Tusk getting caught in the snowball. The rest of Hokori, they're running away. That pause was enough for them to just disengage. Felt like they gave too much info for SMG. Smart back out.
Regeneration.
See what happens with this second smoke from SMG. Is Hokori ready for it? No Tusk for 20. Pretty important piece of their team fight. And Hokori is playing it safe. Ancients are moving around behind the Camp Lumiere. Might not even be safe here. Mid one. Ooh, goes for the horn toss play. It's too far away. I like the idea that it's just a straight up blind blink into horn toss, but it doesn't catch a hero this time.
Yeah, he tried to abuse the fact that he saw the Ancients being hit, but
Yeah.
he didn't quite know the distance.
Now Theolicor has respawned. He's got a smoke in his backpack. He's the one holding the blink. So is the bat. I might as well, now that we have a moment here, show all the items that everybody has. Oh, there we go. See the neutrals will be also being picked up. We only need a couple more minutes to have our third tier available. So plenty of items on the board for pretty much everyone. As you can see, Bat finished a Witchblade. Interesting. Wants to utilize that napalm damage.
Yeah, since he can't really play around the lasso factor, he wants to really just play around abusing napalms. And in these fights, there isn't really a lot of things that can jump him, so he can play the fights pretty freely.
Yep. They're setting up for mid. They've got the entire team behind Analog. They've just smoked up as well, but they smoked under a ward. So full information for SMG on this one. They can just play it calmly. Hokori are spreading out. Lumiere, Vitaly. Trolls Courier is flying in. They have the information of the location, and now Lumiere with Refresher BKB. Gonna get jumped on. Horntoss comes out, and no RP. BKB is coming out from Lumiere right away. There's the RP. He will get killed right away. And Theoliker to follow. Husker dropping low as well. Tries to get Afu. Afu will fall, but he's standing his ground with the Guardian Angel. Tries to make some moves. He can't even hit the tombstone. He's missing on the high ground. Paulus is going to be popping his ulti as well. Moon now looking for an opening here onto the Husker. Guard is going to be right there, but those zombies are knowing him. Mid one is bullying him. He's got the Heavenly Grace to take down CDR. CDR down. Abaddon about to lose his life as well. No ulti remaining. Trying to clear out some of the zombies as Analog walks in to save Gardic, but Gardic's already down. And Paulison will pop. That's a triple for Analog. Moon will go for the BKB blink away to get some distance off of Analog.
Analog, the raid boss of this fight. He just can't go down.
And mid one tries to cliff him, and he will, but he's instantly life breaking straight to the low ground to mid one's Death Ultra for Analog. Not gonna bully him this time.
Yep, Analog, the raid boss. He's just going in.
He's
Great positioning
absolutely
from the
huge.
Omni Knight as well in that fight. He was the last one to fall, and he
yeah,
got to cast out all of his spells.
I was looking, why did he have an Orchid lined up in his quick buy? It's actually, sorry, it is on the Quap. So Husker just finished his Agonist, basically. He's got his point booster only, and 3 parts of Ags on the Courier. So we're going to be seeing a taunting Husker jumping on Moon, who's not able to blink away because he's forced to fight the Husker.
And unfortunately for SMG, I'm pretty sure the Husker Agonist is undispellable. So
Yep.
the taunt in itself cannot be dispelled, which means the Abaddon cannot reliably save against the Husker now.
I guess this is time to play Axe Gaming, start buying Yules. They're just gonna get a Halberd on the Abaddon, Basher for the Troll.
I imagine the Lincolns will come out at some point. That is the known counter to this
There's a
build.
Lotus for the Undying in a bit, but that's gonna take some time. Mid one will push the Pathfinder away, and the taunt on mid one, Magnus, will go down. And now this Husker is starting to really pop off. Abaddon, ulti pop for the run. Inner Fire will slow him down. Shard block, and there's another taunting jump from Analog. To take a second kill onto the tower. Hokori are running SMG down. What can they do? What can they do? CDR is going into the lane, push out that bottom wave, but Hokori is going to go on the high ground.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
And without the Magnus, how can you really stop them? Seems like SMG will probably give this one up.
Radiant's middle tower is being
Also need to
attacked.
fight against the Aegis, so this is a very hard fight for SMG. It's not unwinnable. It might come at a heavy cost. So they will leave the tier 3 to fall, and Hokori disengaging, seeing that they're all about to respawn. Abaddon also coming back up. Moon has returned to the base. And they are moving as a group.
Yep, looks like Analog just pinged the top towers to sweep the top lane. Lumiere is connecting as well.
So with this Undying going for Sanj, does that mean that he also wants to build a Halberd? Because they have one coming on Abba. They could get another on the Undying, and this could just mean that the Husker's never going to hit anyone.
It's one way to get around this Omni Knight Husker combination, because there's no more status resistance coming out from the Heavenly Grace, and it's also on this Halberd is also undispellable. So it's definitely an interesting approach if they want to drag out fights.
Radiant's top tower is
The Husker will just not be allowed to hit.
Radiant's top tower is fallen. Dire's bottom tower is being
My only worry is that the more they focus on this Husker, I think this Razor, he's been quite a sleeper hero this game so far, but I think in the correct circumstances he will pop off really hard.
being attacked.
He's got all the tools to do so.
Radiant's top tower is under siege. Radiant has lost their
Finished off the tower. Vitaly is here to defend the bottom tier 2. The entire SMG team is also stacked up in this bot lane.
under fire.
They can consider, do they want to make the smoke play again next to the enemy side of the map? You have the one smoke on Abaddon. And that's a Paladin sword for Husker. Very nice to have. How does SMG approach the fight now? Just wait for items to be built before Hokori hits high ground? Well, I guess it's too late. Aquatic Shield is there to purge off the lasso from Vitaly. It's a good attempt. That's a 100-second cooldown.
It's good that Paulson was ready. He forced himself in to get into position to get the Aquatic Shield. But about your question earlier, I think... Oh, bottom lane though.
Yeah.
Never mind, Moon gets caught by Analog with the Aghanim Scepter, but...
But now Huskar's not there. Does SMG jump the opportunity here? The Oliker goes in. He will nuke the Abaddon. CDR able to get in. Mid one will push away Lumiere, but he will be able to fight back against mid one. Another BKB, but there's also a disarm on the troll, unable to hit back. And Afu, he turns into a flesh golem, tries to buy some time. Tombstone is already destroyed, and looks like the Undying is also going to get destroyed. And so is mid one by the looks of it as he gets hit. But the flame break from the skewer and Vitaly. Oh, the save from Paulison, but Paulison down, and now mid one as well. Analog diving deep in, 4 kills already with the buyback from Moon and Analog. 5 seconds for life break. Would be happy to get another connection as Quop's got no BKB and Hokori's running SMG down. Now this is some TIT magic.
Yeah, they're pulling through, and I don't think they'll stop now. I think this is... With the Huskar getting his BKB now from backpack, even without the Aegis, I just don't see a way for SMG to approach this fight without the troll.
Smoking up inside the base for a surprise element for the RP. There's no Aegis on the Analog anymore, so mid one goes in. Razor being caught, Refresher still available. There's the RP coming in. They've got jumping in as Analog onto the Quop. Moon is about to fall. Moon dieback, Sonic Wave comes through, but there's his BKB as well, and Analog untouchable. The raid boss, he will take them all down, and that is a wipe and a GG call from SMG Hokori. The Lords of South America in this SCA group will take game 1 from SMG, and that is SMG's first loss and ending their 4-map streak.
Wow, amazing game from Hokori there. All started from the Roche fight where Analog got the 4 kills, even though Lumiere was the first one to fall in that fight, and just proves that his Huskar, it's quite the weapon, you know. They definitely had a plan with the 5-pick Omni Knight, and this was it.
The Omni Husker strikes again. It works out for Hokori. It did take a bit of time. You know, the Roche fights were a bit back and forth, but I guess, like you said, when we're thinking who did actually win that trade, it maybe bought some time for SMG. If Hokori won that Aegis, I'm guessing this could have been maybe even a shorter game potentially, because SMG definitely needed some items to fight back. But I'm just not seeing the troll presence in this game. Like, I understand the build, but it felt like CDR fell a bit flat this game, but couldn't really deal the damage that he wanted to.
I think honestly, props to Hokori in the draft. I think the switching it up, not putting the Huskar carry and just putting him mid, and getting the Razor last pick versus the troll, it made the game much more complicated to think about for SMG, I'm sure. Because now it's a problem where if you say go commit everything on the Huskar, first of all, there's an Omni Knight. Second of all, your troll is going to get static linked and potentially halberded. And then your damage output is practically 0 outside of the Queen of Pain. So what mid one usually try to do in these fights is try and isolate Lumiere with the skewer back. But Analog, after he got the Aghanims, he just couldn't be ignored any longer because of the taunt. And it was just way too much for SMG to handle at that stage, I think. That's why we never really saw this troll pop off.
Yeah, I really had some, like, you know, I saw some good moments from mid one with this last pick Magnus. Like, definitely felt like, yeah, this is a Magnus game. This is maybe even the Magnus game, but he just can't carry all by himself. And in the end, that Aghanims on Huskar is just too much to deal with. But let's see if SMG can bounce back into the series. This is their first loss. Are Hokori going to snatch some more important points for them? Maybe even look at a potential upper bracket spot for the playoffs. We'll find out if Game 2 is going to be anything similar to this, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Maybe get a grab a glass of water or something, whatever you want to do, because we will be returning shortly.